chat box that how we're not prioritizing our children for time as an adult. If we don't prioritize the time that we spend for them, how could it impact on their development, even development stage now and in future? So what is the impact of this? Like, if we are not giving them all what we are supposed to give them, how would this impact on their development?
How will not creating time for our children impact on their development? Is that what the question is?
Yes, now and in the future, as they progress to adulthood.
Praise the Lord. You see, one thing I want to say here is that if for some reason any of the parents on this platform today, or any of the parents that will be listening to this broadcast later, if for some reason you miss your child developmental years, it's never too late. Let's say, for example, I remember my sister was telling me when I released my book and my YouTube channel, she listened to it, she looked at the book, and she came back to me and said, "Sister, you know, I missed those times. And now my boy is a teenager, he's doing this, he's doing that." And I said to her, I said, "Look, this is what you need to do. Yes, you have missed it. Now you've realized that you have missed it. Why didn't you start thinking of how to mend it?" It's just like a building that the foundation is faulty. What does those building people do? They get something they call a pin to put in the foundation to mend it so that this building structure is still standing. So the same thing we need to do too. If you've missed that period, then think of how to mend it. And how do you mend it? Start reading books. Start getting information that will help you. And also sit the child down and say to the child, "Look, I know I wasn't there when I'm supposed to be there. Please forgive me. Now I'm here. I want us to work together." And I'm sure the child will be reasonable enough to cooperate with you. Praise the Lord.
Okay, thank you so much, ma. I'll throw these two questions together so that we'll be able to go as far as we can. Yes, sir.
Can I follow up on the answers you just gave?
No problem.
I wanted to type it, but I think asking will be much better and easier for me. Okay. And the question is, should a parent, dad or mom, or both of them, should be worried, particularly if they notice, a child is moving particularly towards either the mom or the dad, or all the children, they are more to the dad than the mom, or more to the mom than the dad? Should they be concerned, or is just one of those things? Is it normal? Is it something they should be worried about, or they should just leave it and let it go?
Right, thank you very much for that question. You see, children, it depends on the sex of your child. If you've got girls will naturally, as they are developing, especially when they get to that age, 9, 10, going to teenagers, they tend to go towards daddy. And sorry, mommy, don't be jealous. I have 2 girls and they tend to fellowship with daddy more. Even when they are with their dad and I want to say something, they get upset and interrupt. And I have to apologize. I'm sorry, but it's my husband before you came. So they will say, "Hey, well, it's my time now." And then I have to leave them. And the same way, boys tend towards mommy. I'm sure Deaconess Bumi will agree with me on this. Boys tend towards mommy. And daddy, please don't be jealous. If the boy is spending more time with mommy, please don't be jealous. So because the reason I've come to understand and I've studied is that boys find their validity in their mom. They see the mom as my first girlfriend. Anything I want to know about a lady, I can see it in mommy. And I pray that mommy will be a good role model to them. Also, girls too find that in their dad. Any boyfriend I'm going to have, any boy that are going to talk to me, I want to see it first in my daddy. How should that boy behave? And I pray that daddy, you will be a good role model at that point. So that's the reason. So I would say parents, it's not something to be concerned about, in as much that this closeness is not drawn into a negative aspect. It's to build up. If the closeness is to build up, please embrace it. But if it's not to build up, then start addressing it. Ask God for wisdom how to address it. Because what you don't want is for your daughter to get out there when they go to university and every rave or every club in town in their university area they want to be there. And that's because their confidence is not developed. Praise the Lord. And the same goes for the boys as well.
Though I would have loved to comment something there, but I will withhold it for now. Because when I was growing up, I heard that philosophy too. But I wanted to shout to the elder person that was saying it that it's not true. Because what I found out is this. They told me that, oh, the boys will move towards the lady and the ladies will move towards the dad. But what I found out is this. It is the person that gives them attention and how much they understand them. They will devote to the person because they want a listening ear. Whether you're a man or a woman, it doesn't really count much. But if you give them that attention, they will move towards you because you are the one that is giving them that attention. So I might be wrong, but I found out that I want to move closer to some people. That's why I say I might be wrong.
No, you are not wrong. You see, in a family, you understand. And out of 100%, you will discover that 90% it does happen. My daddy and I, sometimes we're not in good terms, but I still draw towards him more than my mom. And why did, like you said, my mommy doesn't give me much attention, but daddy does. And like you said, sometimes, yes, it will happen, but 90%, you will see the boys drawing towards mommy. No matter, the boy and the mommy might fight, they might argue, but the boy will still draw there. The same thing with the girls too. They might fight, they might argue, but they will still. But what you said is right. There will be that 10% or 5% that will be happening as well.
Okay, thank you so much, Ma. I want to throw these two questions at you at the same time. Okay, let me reverse the question because a question came in the chat box and I know that that question is important. And that's for single mother. Like this question is this, that for a single mother with 2 children, that the father is not there, how can they maintain the balance? Or should they be worried? Or what can they do? Because I think this is the question. What can they do to maintain the balance, at least for the children that we are talking about?
Well, for all the single parents out there, I would say you are greatly appreciated. You are greatly valued because you are doing the job of 2 people. I have seen great single parents. And I know some of you, you are single parents, not of your own making. Some of you is the circumstances or the situation that makes you to now become a single parent, which I would say you are greatly appreciated. I just thought to say that first. And then to come and answer that question. You see, I know a woman that she is a single parent, and now her children are all in their 30s, 40s, and 20s. And I remember that time it was hard. So what I always say to parents with a single parent, if you are a single mom, is there a trust uncle or auntie, or no, not auntie, uncle, that could play that role of a father in your child's life? That you know when you tell your child that, uncle, so, I'm going to tell him about this. And the child will quickly come to attention that I know when uncle talk to me, I'm going to listen. Uncle is going to help me to understand this or that. Is there that person that you can talk to? And if there is none, is there something that you feel that you sitting this child down and talking to this child will help as well? And also, don't ignore that we're living in a nation that there are support available for single parents. I will advise you that if you feel that you need those support, please tap into them and don't bear it alone. And if you're a member of the Praise City, I'm sure your pastor and the leadership there, they will be ready to support as well. So don't bear it alone.
To this big question, because I think this is something that is going on around now. How do we recognize when our children are being bullied in school? And what is the effect of this that could have in them? How do we deal with this issue?
You see, in the 1 minute or so that I have, I will not be able to delve in depth with the issue of bullying. But please get the book. I delve a lot about bullying in this book. I put a lot of information there. You see, bullying and peer pressure, they go hand to hand. Bullying is something that if you don't notice it on time, don't let your child go and take their life, because bullying is very serious. And also, parent, there was one thing I wanted to say. You see, as a parent too, there are some things that we do that we are indirectly bullying our children. You see, that's why I said, know your child very well. There are some children, they can't take your joke. When you pass certain joke, it deposited in them and sits there. And it made them to start thinking in a negative way. Especially if you are calling your child a sort of name that is not acceptable. Maybe you are saying things like your child dress up and they want to, look at the way you dress. Like the lady called Jezebel in the Bible. That's a statement. Or you are saying, is that how people dress? That's a statement. So we really need to be careful so that we're not the one bullying our children. Now, come back to the bullying. Mostly bullying happens in the school premises, on the school premises, and in the community. And bullying will always come from people that are known to your child. It's either from their friends or from their peers in the school or in the community. So how do we deal with this? When your child comes home and say, Mommy, so person did this, did that. Don't keep quiet about it. If it's from the school, straight to the school. And every school must have bullying policy. Has to see their bullying policy. In that policy, they will write there how they deal with bullying in the school. So you need to cite that and talk to the school about that bullying. If the school is not doing anything about it, go straight to the local authority and make a complaint. Don't keep quiet about it. So those are the things I will say about that.